talk about in detail information about inheritance. So what is inheritance? So in simple terms, inheritance means we are going to define new class. So that means this new class is already derived from one kind of old class. So this is old class, and this new class contains whatever features like A, B, C. These features contains old class. All the features A, B, C plus some additional features. So the additional features like D and E. So whatever features we have from the old class, all the features taken from old class, and it has some new features. Okay, so this new features we can call it as additional features. Okay, so this is the major advantage. You can clearly observe that no need to define ABC again in new class. Okay, so this is our major advantage of the concept of inheritance. So what is this name of the advantage? That is nothing but reusability. It is a reusability. So what is the concept of reusability? So the concept of reusability is nothing but we are going to define code one time. This code we can also use other time. This code is also used in other time in different type of classes in the concept of OOPS. Okay, so it is one of the big advantage in software development process. So no need to develop the same programming code again and again. Just copy the code and paste the code in the similar manner. So the reusability property is using in the concept of OOPS. Okay, so this is the one of the major advantage of OOPS. So what is the inheritance? The process of defining new class from old class such that all the features of the old class acquires new class and additional properties. Okay, so let us take one example like father and son. So this son is derived from father, and you can clearly observe that father contains some properties like three properties like house, like money, and like car. See, whatever properties father having, the same properties automatically taken by the son. So this is the concept of inheritance. And some additionally, son, after some time, son is going to be adding some additional properties like additional house, job, and he's going to be adding some new features. So old features plus new features, this is the concept comes under the inheritance. Okay, and this old class has some names and new class is also contains some names. So the names are like this. The old class names are like this. So this old class, generally we can call it as base class. Frequently we can call it as parent class. And in Java language we can call it as super class. Okay, and coming into that, new class, this new class contains derived class and child class, subclass. So in our Java language, frequently we are using these two terms, subclass and superclass. In C++ we are using base class and derived class. In OOPS we are using parent class and child class. Okay, so C++, OOPS and Java. Okay, so this is the way we have to define old class and new class in the concept of inheritance. I hope you understand. So inheritance is going to be classified 5 types. Single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, multiple inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, and hybrid inheritance. So total we have 5 types of inheritance. Out of 5 we can expect it one question in examination. And very important point is, you want to write any inheritance program like class 1 and class 2. So 1, 2, that means what I am saying to you, more than one class we are going to use in our program. and this is the main class. Okay, how to establish relation between the two classes? To establish relation between two classes, we have the keyword is called extends. Okay, so the syntax will be like this. Okay, so for every inheritance we are using the keyword is called extends. Okay, so let us discuss one by one. See, the process of define or deriving new class from old class is nothing but single inheritance. For example, there is a class B and there is a class A. So we can say that this is old class and this one is new class. So the process of defining new class from old class is nothing but single inheritance. So this one we can call it as super class and this one we can call it as subclass. The keyword is extends is a keyword. Okay, what is the syntax? The syntax will be like this. See, first we have to define a class A, then we have to define class B. So this class B is extends from class A. So as we discussed earlier, whatever properties we have in class A, okay, whatever properties we have in class A, all properties are taken by class B. So that means, assume that OB1 is object of class A, OB2 is object of class B. So that means OB2 can access class A data plus class B data. If you take OB1 can access only A's class data, okay, but not access B's class data. Okay, so A access, B access by OB2 because it is inherited. OB1 can access only A's data but not B's data. So this is the concept of single level inheritance or single inheritance. Okay, so let us see, this is the single level inheritance. I'm defining A value as a 5, B value as a 10. Okay, so class A and int A equal to 5 void test A. You can define anything. So system.out.println A from superclass equal to plus A. So this is A's class data and B's class data is like this. Class B extends A as per the syntax. Okay, so B is what? B is subclass, A is superclass. Okay, so this is the syntax. Now int B equal to 10 void test of B system.out.println B from subclass equal to plus B. Closing of the method, closing of a class. You can clearly observe that class A and class B, total we have two classes, both classes are subclasses. And let us go for main class. Class single inheritance. Okay, public static void main string args, and I want to create object of B, OB equal to new of B. So that means B's class can access test A and test B. So OB dot test A, OB dot test B. So this is our main class. So this is our main class, and closing of the main method and main class. And what is the output we can expected? So output is, see, B's data can access the information from the B's class as well as A's class. B from subclass equal to 10, A from superclass equal to 5. So ultimately what I'm saying to you, B's object can access A's data as well as B's data. Okay, so this is the concept of single level inheritance. Okay, I hope you understand what is a single level inheritance in Java language. Okay, so for more information you have to go for the next one, multiple inheritance. See, the best example for the single level inheritance is father and children. Okay, so that means children is derived from the father. Okay, I hope you understand what is the concept of single level inheritance. Let us go to the second one, multi-level inheritance. See, multi-level inheritance, that means there are three classes, class A, class B and class C. So in this case, class B is inherited from class A and class C is inherited from class B. So what is the meaning of this? So the keywords are extends. The simple example is like grandfather, father, son. Okay, grandfather is a subclass. Grandfather is old class or subclass. Father is derived from the grandfather and it is called subclass. It is called superclass. Grandfather is old class and father is called superclass. And son, the son we can call it as base class, that is nothing but subclass. Okay, so as per the discussion, the process of defining a new class from old class which is derived from another old class, or we can call it as derived class. Okay, so this is the multi-level inheritance. So multi-level inheritance means one class is inherited from a derived class, hence the derived class becomes base class for the new class. Okay, so the process of defining a derived class or subclass which is derived from the superclass, the superclass is already derived from the other superclass, is nothing but multi-level inheritance. Okay, so what is the program? Let us observe in detail. Clearly observe that this is object 3, object 2, object 1. So object 3 can access C's class data as well as B's class data. Object 2 can access B's class data and A's class data. Object 1 can access only A's class data. So this is access information based on this diagram. Okay, so this is the concept of multi-level inheritance. Right? Okay, so the program is like this. See, we have three classes, class A, class B is extended from class A and followed by class C extended from B. So let us define main class. See, I created main class, object 1 for A's class, object 2 for the B's class, object 3 for the C's class, and with the help of object 3 I can access test C. The method is test C. And similarly, with the help of object 2 I can access show and with the help of object 3 I can access object 1, and object 2 also I can access. Object 2 is also access object 1. Anyone I am going to call, so I better to call object 3 test of A. So we can also call like OB2, like it is not a show, it is test B. Test A. Okay, so this is the concept of multi-level inheritance. So you can find out the output is 15, like this data followed by the 15, next 10, next 5. So this is the output of multi-level inheritance, right? So this is the concept of multi-level inheritance. So the process of defining new class from old class is also derived from another old class is called as multi-level inheritance. I hope you understand. Let us go for the next one, hierarchical. What is the next one? We have multiple inheritance. Concept of what is the concept of multiple inheritance? That means there are two superclasses like superclass 1 and superclass 2, and there is one subclass. That means superclass 1 and superclass 2, superclass 1 and superclass 2 is going to be derived subclass. Okay, so this is called the concept of multiple inheritance. So basically, multiple inheritance is one of the most important concept in Java language, but with the help of classes we are unable to achieve it. Okay, that means extend is not suitable due to the security reasons. Okay, so to avoiding that, we have a concept of interfaces. With the help of interfaces we can develop this concept. Okay, so we are using the keyword is called implements, right? So let us discuss this concept in the concept of interfaces, right? So let us go through the next one, hierarchical inheritance. See, hierarchical inheritance is opposite of multiple inheritance. That means there is one superclass and many subclasses like subclass 1, subclass 2, and so on, subclass n. So there is one superclass and many subclasses. The process of defining many subclasses from one superclass is nothing but hierarchical inheritance. So the best example is, there is a software, that means one program like class A is associated with multiple subprograms like B, like C, like D. So assume that there is a calculator is associated with the plus, minus, star, and so on. Okay, so this is the concept of hierarchical inheritance. Okay, so there is one more, hybrid inheritance. So hybrid inheritance means the combination of any valid two inheritances. Okay, any two valid inheritance is called hybrid inheritance. For example, we can take A, B, and C. Okay, so there is a D. You can clearly observe that this comes under hierarchical inheritance. This comes under hierarchical inheritance, and this comes under this is comes under multi-level inheritance, and this one is comes under single inheritance. So the process of 2 or more inheritances in a single program is called as hybrid inheritance. Okay, so this is the concept of inheritance. Okay, so the major advantage of inheritance is reusability. Okay, reusability of the program code. I hope you understand what is the inheritance in detail information, right? Okay, so try to practice more programs regarding inheritance, then you will get the clarity about what is inheritance and what are the types of inheritance. Total we have 5 types of inheritance. Okay, if you have any questions related to this, please let me know in the comment box. And one more thing, it is one of the most important question for examination. Okay, so that's it guys. This is the video of inheritance. I hope you understand what is inheritance, what are the types of inheritance, how to do the programs using inheritance, and what is the purpose of extends keyword. Okay, thank you very much. Bye.